your phone. You need to be on your phone.
Also watching this.
On YouTube or on Facebook?
It's Facebook.
De sal, perla y corales, en el fondo de los mares, sorpresa mía encontrar. Ay, conozco un tesoro, lo que tú sabes, ya sabes que cuando tú me la pides, yo te lo daré. Báilame, que te cante por alegría. Cuando repaso mi año, el tiempo, ¿dónde estará? ¿Dónde? Hay los minutos, la hora y los días, ¿cómo se van? ¿Cómo se van? Quisiera que volviera, como vuelve la primavera, y junto a tu ladito vivir lo que me queda. La esencia de flamenco.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Garcia Dance Studio, and we are so happy to see our wonderful dancers perform this year, and they have been working so hard every year to perform at so many different venues, and obviously this is a different year, and they are here now to go on this great show we're doing, Fiesta Dance and Music Fridays, and we're so glad to have you along with us on this Friday night. Boy, these nights during the summer, it just starts to get us really kicked up. Even though we're in the 4th of July weekend, we're already looking forward to Old Spanish Days and whatever it's going to be this year from August 5th through the 9th. Have we already shown them the poster? Has the poster been on, Eric? Why don't you bring the poster over while we have a minute while we reset the band. Here comes El Presidente, and this is our beautiful poster. Maybe we can get a shot of it here. Just hold it up in front of the camera from right there. Keep your 6 feet.
Yeah, there's a good story here, John. You know,
Here, I'll put the mic out for you.
we, Angelique and I went to Spain last May, and we came back with some postcards and some ideas. And then we had met an artist called Andrew Leonard, and a shout out to Andrew Leonard. Go to the Facebook page and you'll see the interview we did with Andrew. And he went back and he started doing all this research at the Santa Barbara Historical Museum and found a couple background tiles from 1940 or 50 travel brochures, and then weaved this all together. At one point early on, he must have had 100 concepts, and then it kind of evolved. We wanted to incorporate dance and some of the old-fashioned posters, so we were kind of hearkening back, and it's really been well received by this community. We're getting orders from all over the United States. I saw earlier this week Iowa and Hawaii, and people are picking up the poster and pins. So yeah, it's been a neat journey to have this too as part of our Fiesta 2020. And you can get it at sbfiesta.com or .org/shop. $15, $20 for a signed version if you want to do that. But yeah, please go ahead and support this organization by picking up a poster and pin this year.
Got a beautiful picture of our dancers and the classic old mission in the background.
Yeah, the mission is just such a key element for Santa Barbara and for Old Spanish Days. And if you see here, they found an old photograph of the large flags that were hung at the mission in the early 40s or 50s. I'm not quite sure when it was. So when we saw that in the old kind of history research, we wanted to weave that back in too. So
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's our poster, the Old Spanish Days 2020 Fiesta. This will be one to remember. Certainly one of the more beautiful posters we've ever had. And I can tell you from anywhere you have one of those up, whether it's at home, in your office, at work, there's some businesses in town that put all the posters up. It gets people to stop dead in their tracks to take a look at it and reflect and think about Fiesta and what it means to Santa Barbara, what it means to the Central Coast, and the rich California history, the Spanish, Mexican, indigenous, ranchero, religious concepts all coming together for Old Spanish Days with the poster, the pin, the decorations, everything we wear, and the way we celebrate Old Spanish Days in Santa Barbara each year. And celebrate is what we're going to continue to do on this special Fiesta Dance and Music Fridays. And as I said earlier, this is going to be going on August 5th through 9th and maybe beyond. We'll see. Just stay tuned to the Facebook page. Is the band ready?
we're ready.
They did an awesome first set, and they've got some more great music. For those of you watching at home, loosen up. Get out of the chair. Pour yourself a drink. Dance like nobody's watching you, and maybe nobody is watching you. But we've got a studio audience here at the Carriage Museum in Santa Barbara, California, and we are coming to you from points unknown with Area 51.
Captured effortlessly, that's the way it was. Happened so naturally, I did not know it was love. The next thing I felt was you holding me close. Now we're flying through the stars. I hope this night will last forever. Night way. Ain't nobody loves me better, makes me happy, makes me feel this way. First you put your arms around me, then you put your charms around me. I can't resist the sweet surrender. All my nights so warm and tender, stare into each other's eyes. What we see is no surprise. Got a feeling both with treasure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, I know what you need. You need to throw off everything that's happened to us. Just let it rise up out of your body as we dance. Baby, babe, let's get together. Honey, hon, me and you. And do the things, oh, do the things that we like to do. Oh, do a little dance, make a little love. Get down tonight, get down tonight. Do a little dance, make a little love. Get down tonight, get down tonight, baby, baby, babe. I'll be with you. Same place, same time, where we can all get together and ease up our mind. Oh, do a little dance, make a little love. Get down tonight, get down tonight. Do a little dance, make a little love. Get down tonight, baby.
That's George Friedenthal singing to y'all. Treasure in Santa Barbara. One of our favorites. Uh-oh. Vintage disco on your way.
Don't leave me this way.
Schlesky singing to y'all. Give the girl some love.
Thank you.
All right, so we're coming down to it. We have been so absolutely blessed. Thank you for Old Spanish Days having the vision and the foresight and the generosity to let this happen and produce this whole show for you people and for us to get together and have a chance to play. We could not be more thankful. All right, so we're going to do one more for you, and this is from a modern artist, not from the 70s. Yeah, I think you'll know it, though.
Hold, please.
It's on the list. We actually know this song, I think. Like I said, it's been about since February, since we've even seen each other. Yeah, that was our last gig together. Thank you so much. Thank you for having us. Thank you for asking. Are we here?
Yep.
All right, dance your pants off. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Viva la fiesta! Give me your attention, baby. I wanna tell you a little something about yourself. You're wonderful, flawless, who you a sexy lady. But you walk around here like you wanna be somewhere else. Whoa, oh girl, I'm gonna show you that you're fine, so fine, fine, so fine. Whoa, whoa, oh girl, I'm gonna show you when you're mine, oh mine, mine, oh mine. Treasure, that is what you are. Honey, you're my golden star. You can make my wish come true when you let me treasure you. If you let me treasure you, pretty girl, you should be smiling. A girl like you should never look so blue. You're everything I see in my dreams. I wouldn't say that to you if it wasn't true. Oh, 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 girl, I'm gonna show you that you're fine, so fine, fine, so fine. Oh, 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 girl, I'm gonna show you when you're mine, oh mine, mine. Treasure, that is what you are. Honey, you're my golden star. You can make my wish come true if you let me treasure you. If you let me treasure you. Oh, break it down now. Like I said, people, we miss you and we love you. And everybody on this stage has devoted pretty much their whole entire life to your dancing pleasure and to your listening pleasures. I want to introduce to you Mr. George Friedenthal on the keyboard, one of Santa Barbara's most valued players. Next to him is Dana Olson on the lead guitar, rhythm guitars. Farmer by day. Larry Purpley on the drums. Give the man some love. Come on. Ain't nothing without the backbeat. The one and only irreplaceable Michael Lomas on the bass. David Telegian on the saxophone. Give the man some love. Mr. Steve Stassi on the trumpet. We are blessed with the golden vocal cords of Miss Laura Schlesky. Give the girl some love. I'm Michael Andrews, and I got a message for you. Through the lens of these cameras right now, I'm coming to you. I said, let me treasure you all night, baby. Let me tell you. Let me treasure you all night, honey. 'Cause you are my treasure. You are my treasure. You are my treasure. Say you are my treasure. You are my, oh baby. so much, Old Spanish Days, Fiesta. Thank you, Santa Barbara. We're Area 51. We love you. Good night.
Area 51, ladies and gentlemen, from the Carriage Museum in Santa Barbara, California, on Fiesta Dance and Music Fridays. That'll be continuing all through Old Spanish Days. And we want to thank everyone who put this show together, and especially starting from El Presidente, Eric Davis. What a great show this has been. Thank you. And Angelique Davis and all our honorary El Presidentes. I'm so honored to be one of them tonight, and we're going to be wearing our little badges very proudly. For those of you who are looking for the pin or the poster, go to the Old Spanish Days website. They are just a tremendous collector's item for this very unusual 2020 Old Spanish Days Fiesta in Santa Barbara, California. We're going to make it so special from now through Old Spanish Days, August 5th through 9th. Well, you know, we're on the World Wide Web, and we get a lot of comments. I mean, the whole world is commenting, and they're saying, where did this band come from? They're out of this world. So this band is available for private parties, nonprofit organizations. When all this is over, we're going to get back to normal. They are ready to go. They last played in mid-March. This is their first real spectacle, a spectacular show and a spectacle since then, and we are so happy to have them. If this was the real Old Spanish Days, they'd be performing quite a bit and be on the schedule for our earlier events and certainly during the event in August. But they're here tonight. They're available for you. And right now, they're available for the whole world. They're going to do an encore. That's right.
All right, if you like
Well, you
that
know,
last one,
the audience is calling for it
we're gonna
worldwide.
do one more then. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. Let's get back and say so long from Santa Barbara, California. Let's go out of this world to Area 51.
This one, that ice cold Michelle fight for that white coat. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpiece. Styling, wildin', living it up in the city. I got Chuck's on and with Saint Laurent. I gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty. I'm too hot, hot damn. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot, hot damn. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot, hot damn. Say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot, hot damn. And I'm bad about that money, break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Woo. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Woo. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Woo. Cause Uptown Funk gonna give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk gonna give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk gonna give it to you. Saturday night we're in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Ha! Don't believe me, just watch. Ha! Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 stop. Wait a minute. Fill my cup, put some liquor in it. Take a sip, sign the check. Julio, get the stretch. Right to Harlem, Hollywood, Jackson, Mississippi. If we show up, we're gonna show out. Smoother than a fresh John Skippy. I'm too hot, hot damn. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot, hot damn. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot, hot damn. Say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot, hot damn. And I'm bad about that money, break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Woo. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Woo. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Woo. Cause Uptown Funk gonna give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk gonna give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk gonna give it to you. Saturday night we're in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Ha! Don't believe me, just watch. Ha! Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 hey. All right, before we leave, we just want to make sure we're connecting with you. And we want to make sure that if you can hear this, but you ought to turn it up for one thing, right? And we want you to just dance right now like
There may be no tomorrow. This is it, right now. This is your moment. Dance like nobody's watching, because likely they're not. All right. Feel it. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Dance, jump on it. If you sexy, then flaunt it. If you freaky, then own it. Don't brag about it, come show me. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you sexy, then flaunt it. Well, it's Saturday night, we're in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Ha! Don't believe me, just watch. Ha! Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 hey. Uptown funk you up. 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 Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, JP. John Palminteri, give the guy some love.
And
listen
thank you
that.
to Area 51 and Old Spanish Days and the entire crew from TV Santa Barbara who have been behind the cameras and doing all the technical work, and the entire crew for putting this on the World Wide Web. Our apologies to Jimmy and Steven and Conan and all the late night shows. We got it going in Santa Barbara tonight. This is one late night show that we'd like to keep on going. It'll be going every Friday night through Fiesta in August. Thanks for joining us on the World Wide Web. I'm John Palminteri, and on behalf of Old Spanish Days in Santa Barbara, California, we're doing it virtually this year, but get on your calendar for next year, cross off those dates, and come to Santa Barbara for Old Spanish Days. Good night, everybody.